Yes, sir.
Hi, yeah, I just wanted to know, if you've got a list and you're, say, specialising, for example, one of my lists is specialising in property and property courses and offering finance for properties, and then you put completely different products on, doesn't that really pee people off?
Yeah. Yeah, if you've got a list that's about property, stick with property.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't really give them
send them something about pet training.
They'll just unsubscribe, won't they?
Yeah.
So your list, do you opt people in for a specific product, or you just keep a very tight?
I keep it, well, I do have lists in other markets, like for instance careers and golf and things like this, but my main focus is internet marketing. So yeah, the lists that are about internet marketing, I just send them internet marketing offers, but then that's segmented to niches within internet marketing. So there's blogging, there's PLR, etc. Within property, wouldn't there be separate segmentation as well? You know, buying to lease, you know, things like that. So there are segmentations that you can do there. But yeah, don't send them, if you've got a list on people that are interested in property, don't send them something about golf. It's not going to work. You're just going to make them unhappy.
Because you said you were expanding the kind of partners that you work with. I thought you were going to go outside your zone.
I will be doing non-internet marketing ad swaps at some point, but you know, it's when.
But you'll have to have a new list to do that.
Yeah, well, I'll work on the lists that I've got in other, because I do have some lists in other markets. I just haven't been doing ad swaps with them. Okay.
Thank you.
It's because I've been doing this too long, and I've got sites in too many different markets. You know, I've got over 120 blogs in different markets. I've got over 600 domains in total. That's cut down since last year, by 1,200. Yes, sir.
Hi there. So just back to the point that you mentioned that you get a opt-in with just the email address. Yeah.
Yeah.
But to confirm, you do use the double opt-in feature, so they subscriber, they get an email and then they've got to click to subscribe back. Yeah.
Yes.
You recommend that all the time.
Yeah. Always use double opt-in, except when you're then migrating people to your buyers list. Okay. Right, because they're already on the list. They've already gone through the double opt-in. They're just now a buyer, so you just slide them across the buyers list.
Yeah, it's just a double opt-in that I wanted to confirm, because you simplify the front bit, but then you come together.
Yeah.
If
you go for single opt-in, the CAN Spam Compliancy Act, I think, is a US thing rather than UK, but we all adhere to it anyway. I think it's in there. I've never actually read the full thing. But it gives you more options with people like Aweber, because if you use a lot of single opt-in, you'll get more spam complaints, and they can potentially kick you off and say go away, which you don't want.
Okay, I'm going to check and slide another one here very quickly. I'm my autoresponder with Total Business for it's currently got a dear first name in it. Of course, without getting the first name, you choose the email, so you don't bother personalising, just put content in.
You just put hi.
Right, fair enough, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you mentioned that you segment your list and you send out emails to different segments of the list. What was the feature that you mentioned that stopped one person receiving multiple emails?
That's what you do, is you send, because you're going to send one email to multiple lists, you just add the email in against one of the lists, and under the bit where it says send later, there's another box that you can tick which says send to multiple lists, or include or exclude multiple lists. And you basically have one row of all your lists where you can include and one where you can exclude. And you just go through and tick every one that you want to include. It's that simple. And that way it filters it so that people aren't getting duplicates. Makes life easier.
That's an A-word.
Yeah. Anyone else?
I just wondered, not in internet marketing niche, but in another one, if you were to contact them, would you then ask them to prove the size of their list?
You could do, yes. That could just be a screenshot. So, yeah. I mean, that's something that happens in the internet marketing world as well. Being in a forum like my AdSwaps forum, which you will get the address for when you get the interview download, that takes away a lot of that, because we build up trust as a community. Because if anybody lies about the size of the list or doesn't send out or something like that, it's shared within the community fairly quickly. But I do have partners coming to me separately via email who include a screenshot of the number of subscribers they have. So yeah, I mean, if you're contacting someone in non-internet marketing, yeah, show them how many subscribers you've got and ask them. Yeah. Okay.
Do you measure, or does the community sort of get to know quickly if you ever offer a product that diminishes your list or is detrimental to your list? No, not something that we don't sort of have a.
You know, if you do a swap and then all of a sudden you find that 10 people just
unsubscribe. You get unsubscribed anyway. You know, you get.
Do you find that some products?
Whatever you do, I mean, I get abusive emails on a regular basis. I get unsubscribes on a regular basis because you can't keep everybody happy. You know, I have a particular voice. I present my information in a certain way. Some people aren't going to like that. Simple as that. But then, you know, there's other ones. I had an email last week from someone saying, "Oh my God, I can't believe you're promoting this. It's whatever." But then at the same time, I sold something like 250 of them. So, you know, one email from someone saying it's not very good, or whatever, words to that effect, and 250 people who bought it and like it and haven't asked for a refund. So, you know, you can't keep everybody happy. As long as you work within your ethics, you know, make sure that you're happy with what you're doing. Something I should have mentioned actually is, you know, always take the time to check out the product. If you don't do that, that can bite you in the arse. I've done that a couple of times, exactly twice. I always check out the products now because I once promoted a product that I very quickly heard back from my list that it wasn't very good, and I went and had a look and I had to email my whole list and say, "Sorry, you're right, I didn't check it, it's crap, apologies." So yeah, always check it first. That will get around that because it's really down to, you know, you'll understand what your list likes and doesn't like to a degree anyway. Okay, so
yeah,
you make that decision.
You kind of measure that in terms of
you can't.
what your list likes. What
You can't tell whether people are unsubscribing because of the email that you just sent, or because they don't like the product, or just because they're unsubscribing at the time. You know, most of the unsubscribes that I get, I give them the option to leave a comment as to why they're unsubscribing. I like the feedback. It's not always good, but sometimes it is. The most common is simply that people are on too many lists. You know, they're on too many lists and they're having a tidy up. And I'm one of the people who are tidying out. Fine. You know, that's fair enough. I can understand that. I do that regularly myself. Do not worry about the unsubscribes. Concentrate more on how many new opt-ins you're getting, on that opt-in ratio. You know, if you can get up to 78%, you're not going to worry about unsubscribes. Okay?
Yeah. So,
concentrate on the positive.
well, that's what I was coming to. If you've got a list, then what it sounds like you're saying is you're better off sending them or doing ad swaps with them and keeping them active rather than actually doing nothing.
Yeah, if you're not sending out,
if you are getting unsubscribed.
if you're not sending out promotions, send out an ad swap. Why should they have a day off?
Right.
I'm not having a day off. If I'm not having a day off, they're not having a day off. Well, I might be, but.
Okay, let's just have one last question here from Imogen.
Better be a good one.
You have to make it sound like a question. It's coming out of the Ryan Dice and Perry Belcher part. They're talking now about doing teleseminars to get people off social media, and you can do opt-ins. You can either report it, or I managed to do quite a good fake of a webinar sign up using Aweber actually.
Go to webinar?
Yeah. Well, I didn't. I was going to go for a teleseminar, but.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
It's something that one of the mastermind groups that I'm in includes a few well-known names, and some of them do webinars and some of us don't. And the guys that do webinars have all been saying, guys, you've got to start doing them. Webinars are a great thing to build your list with, a great sales tool as well. What you will find with webinars is that if you get 1,000 people to sign up, there'll probably only be 200 people that turn up.
Yeah, but you're after the emails and registrations.
I think that's an excellent strategy to build a list again. You offer a webinar, which is a freebie, people don't have to pay for it, but you have 800 registrations that didn't turn up, you still got their names. So this is really a good strategy. It's a good freebie, offering a webinar, and most won't buy. So.
It's also a great way of providing content. You know, you're literally just showing people what you're doing on your desk and having a chat with someone else. You know, have a glass of wine while you're doing it. It can be enjoyable. And you've suddenly got some great content.
Guys, okay. I think give Matt one more big round of applause. Thank you so much.
Thank you.